Okay, I don't have the switches labeled. You can make your own labels for them. But basically you won't get any power to this switch panel unless you turn on the battery switch that we talked about before. It's up front. So once you have this turned on, these are your basic switches. The top one runs the recirculator pump for the condenser, which basically is picking up water from the lake, putting it through that condenser and out into the lake, and allows you to condense your steam. You won't use this unless you're running condensing, which if you're running on a lake, you really don't need to unless you want it to be quiet or you just want to have fun with it. The second one is actually the feed water pump to the boiler. You can hear it kick on, and it is actually over underneath the seat on the opposite side. You can see it turning now. So you'll use that pump or that switch to run the pump either to fill the boiler or to pump out the bow storage when you're laying it up for the winter. And those are basically the two things that you would work with. The third one is navigation lights. So you'll end up with a bow red and green and a white light on the back. The fourth is the depth gauge, which is reading nothing now because we're not in the water, but that will give you your depth. And then these two bottom switches are for the two individual bilge pumps that are in the boat. So there's one up front and one in the middle. The one up front is also set up on a float switch, so it'll run by itself if water gets into that part of the boat. But if you need to, if you've had a heavy rain or something and there's water sitting in the boat that hasn't moved, or you take water for some reason, you basically use these two switches, and they're both good sized bilge pumps, which will dump the water over the side. And where they dump is actually out through two through holes, which are further forward, so you can see them on the side of the hull there, but that's where the bilge pumps will dump.